Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Shruti from digitalempires.co, and in today's video I am going to be sharing how to make money on Pinterest without using any scammy practices or without getting your account suspended. So without any further delay, let's dive in. Alright, so step number one is to start a blog in a Pinterest compatible niche. This means that you will pick a blog in a niche or pick a topic to blog about in a niche that is actually something that already has demand on Pinterest. Now, obviously, the reason why we're doing this is because we don't plan to be driving a lot of traffic and sales from any other platform except for Pinterest, which means that you want to make sure that you're actually in a niche which is compatible with this platform to begin with. So one of the best places to get ideas on your niches is simply to go to pinterest.com/ideas, and you'll be able to see the top 16 categories that are trending on Pinterest. What are the best categories, and let's say what are the best topics and results which are trending in each of these categories as well. Now, as you can see, when you click through, you'll be able to see lots of different ideas for starting your blog as well. And you'll also be able to see what are the best blog posts or the best content that is already ranking on Pinterest regarding the topics that you might be interested in. Now, I'm going to be giving you examples along this tutorial so you can actually see how that works out. So I'm going to be giving you an example of my own website where, as you can see, is into different categories which are all compatible with Pinterest, more or less. So we have beauty, we have health and fitness, we have living well, we have relationships, and so on. Now, as you can see, there are different types of blog posts that we have as well, and we're going to get into it in the next step. But once you've started your blog, now the next step really is to create a business account on Pinterest so that you're able to promote this blog to earn money on Pinterest. Creating a Pinterest account is pretty straightforward and simple, and I have a full-on tutorial on this channel which you can check out as well, which takes you through step by step on how to set up a business account. But the most important thing really here is to make sure that you are branding your account in the right way. So you can simply head to your edit profile sections and you can make sure that your display name has your brand name or your blog name included. You can make sure that you're using the top keywords that you want to rank for that particular category. And you can also update your profile bio. So you can talk about 4 to 5 things that are going to be the focus of your blog or even your account, and make sure that you create them step by step in this manner so that people who are ending up on your profile know exactly what your profile is about and they're actually interested in checking it out, going through and following you as well. Now, needless to say, this has to be a business account because when you have a business account, you have access to more in-depth analytics, you have access to more features, and you also have access to the latest things that Pinterest is testing in beta, which is something you don't have access to when you have a personal account. If you already have a personal account, you can simply convert that into a business one, or you can start one completely from scratch and make sure that you have actually claimed your website here as well. So in the settings section as well, you will have the option to be able to claim your website. Now, as you can see, I have already claimed indiangirling.com. You want to make sure that you're doing this so that Pinterest and Google can talk to each other, and whenever you're publishing content, each of these platforms know that this is coming from your own domain, and this is the Pinterest account that is linked to this particular website/domain. You can also connect your other accounts like your Instagram, your Etsy, and your YouTube, or even Shopify if that is something that you have already. Now, once you've created your profile, the next step really is to head into your profile to create your boards. Now, this you will find in the Save section itself. Again, I have tons of tutorials on this channel on why you should be creating Pinterest boards, how to create them. So definitely feel free to go through my Pinterest playlist and check out all of the videos that are there because there's so much content on how to do it already. Now, the reason why you want to be creating boards is because when in future you will be publishing content which is specifically with the aim to monetize your Pinterest account as well as your blog, you want to make sure that it is actually able to go somewhere, right? So think of your board as the portfolio categories of your blog, or think of your boards as places that you will pin your images to. Now, pins or images are what are basically the tools that you use to promote your content on Pinterest. And as you can see, I have a ton of boards here in which I have created specific pins of my own, as well as saved other people's pins as well, in order to showcase, this particular profile, which is all about personal development, wellness, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, each of these boards has a description here as well, which talks about what you can find or what you can expect to find within this board. And then it has a set of pins which are very relevant to this board. So what this does in the long run is that it tells Pinterest what your account is all about. It also tells Pinterest what kind of boards or categories you pin about or you talk about on your account, so that it can connect the right audience to your account as well. Now, if you have a profile where you have no boards, that's basically like having an Instagram account with no pictures and expecting people to follow you and to get famous overnight by that logic. That just simply doesn't work. The same thing is true for Pinterest as well. When you are using or when you are creating an account for business, you want to make sure that you have specific boards which are related to your specific categories that you create content on, and you're making sure that you're pinning high quality content to it all the time. So as you can see, this is one of my boards. You can also see that I have a ton of other boards related to different topics. So each of the different categories that you have can also have subcategories. So for example, when it comes to money, we have two different boards on this. One is frugal living, which is all about saving costs and budgeting and all of that. And then we also have another board which is just about saving money. So don't hesitate to create boards which are in two different subcategories, even if there is a little bit of an overlap, because different people are searching for different things on Pinterest all the time. So you want to make sure that you are maximizing your reach on Pinterest by actually creating different categories of boards that can be discovered on Pinterest as well. Again, go through my Pinterest for Beginners tutorial, because that is going to really help you understand how to curate and assort these boards. In this tutorial, I'm just giving you an overview of the step-by-step process of making money so that you know exactly how it works and what it takes to make money on Pinterest. All right, so now that we have your profile and your board set up, the next step really is to be creating content which is specifically proven to do well on Pinterest. I dive very, very deep into these topics within my program, PINFLUENCER Academy. So if you're looking for the up-to-date, most advanced and latest strategies on Pinterest, you should definitely check out the link for my program in the description box below. But until then, let me share with you some of the posts and tips that do really, really well on Pinterest. So when you are in the stage of trying to create money, trying to make money from Pinterest, you want to make sure that you're focused on 3 types of blog posts. The first blog post, which is the most common type of blog post that you will see, is a listicle, which looks something like this. So 6 Valentine's Day gifting ideas, 5 skincare mistakes that age you, and things like that. Basically a list of anything that is relevant for your particular topic. Obviously, the more relevant that topic is, the more traffic that post will be able to send you from Pinterest as well. So as you can see, this is a blog post which is a simple something about 5 skincare mistakes that age you, and it's just 5 bullet points with images and body text, and that's basically how it is. So nothing too complicated, it's not too long, it's probably around 1500 words, which is just enough for it to rank on Google as well. But when you're creating posts for Pinterest, you want to be making sure that you're actually creating blog posts which are known to do well on Pinterest, because what does well on Google or what does well on YouTube doesn't always do well on Pinterest. So keep that in mind when you're doing that. Now, as you can see, this is one type of blog post, which is basically a listicle or something which explains how XYZ happens in a list, right? The second type of blog post that you can also look at is a how-to post. So how to do X, how to do Y. So I believe that in the subset of blogging, we will have these how-to posts as well. Another very popular topic on Pinterest that tends to do really well. So for example, how I made $3,000 blogging in 1 month while being on a vacation. That's one of these things. Another one could be how to create a Pinterest strategy to grow your blog traffic, how to use Pinterest boards, so on and so forth. Now, obviously, your how-to is going to be very different from my how-to or anyone else's, because your niche is completely different and your audience is completely different. But I want to give you these ideas so that you know what kind of content does well on Pinterest, and you can take that one step further and start creating that content as well. And the third type of content that also does really well on Pinterest is any type of content related to hacks or tutorials and things like that. So I'm not sure if I have anything on hacks, but probably do, but this is again something that really depends on your type of niche as well. So if you're in the tech industry, or if you're, let's say, in beauty and fashion, that's where hacks can do really, really well. Same goes for example, home decor, DIY, etc. So I don't know if I have hacks, but I probably have one for travel. So Travel Europe Cheap, and I think I share about 9 or 12 hacks in this particular blog post. So again, step by step listicle format, but it is specifically about hacks. So the 3 types of blog posts that you want to be looking at is 1, a listicle, so a list-based post. 2, you want to be looking at how-tos, because that basically share with your audience an in-depth post on how to do X, Y, or Z, which establishes your authority and really helps people understand that you are the go-to expert in your niche. And the third one that is always a hit is something related to hacks or quick tips that people can follow, because people obviously like to save time and they want to be seeing quick ways to do something. So 5 hacks to save $100 extra every week, so on and so forth. Obviously, the brainstorming of what topics these need to be and how you need to go about them is something that you need to do on your own, so that you can make sure that your audience can relate to you when you start posting these posts on Pinterest. All right, so now that you've created your posts, what comes next? What comes next is not hopping on Pinterest, but instead you want to take 5 to 10 minutes to add relevant affiliate links within your blog post, so that once we start generating traffic from Pinterest, people who come over to your website already have the chance to buy something from one of your affiliate links. So I'm going to take you through this blog post so you can see the different ways that you can link out to affiliate links. So for example, as you can see, all of these things, when you click through them, will take someone to an affiliate partner that I have linked to. And as you can see, it is going to take them to the third-party website where I've linked to that particular resource. Now, obviously, the more natural your links, the more the chance that they will perform well, because usually when you have a natural text-based link within a blog post that is basically based on the value that that blog post provides, there's a much higher chance for that particular link to convert, instead of you just adding a link saying click here to save XYZ. So as you can see, I've added a lot of natural links. As you can see, there's Hostel World, Booking.com, and I've also have a different call to action here as well, which is about use my referral here to get 25 euros sign up credit on Airbnb. So you can do that as well. So you can either include the links naturally the way that I have done, because as you can see that I've included them either where I'm mentioning the resource or where I'm mentioning the benefit of that resource, but I've also, for example, included them separately with call to action. So renting a car and then check prices here, so that if someone is interested in checking out how much that looks like when it comes to renting a car, they can go right away and start checking it out as well, right? Again, here is different ways of linking to the affiliate link in separate ways. Now, obviously, one blog post can have multiple affiliate links depending on the topic of that blog post. What I recommend is not to stuff your blog post with too many links, because then that makes it too obvious that all you're doing is trying to sell someone on the blog post instead of providing value. So I generally recommend that for every 3 to 5 paragraphs, you can enter one link, or basically for every one bullet point, you can add 1 to 2 links, because when you overstuff your blog post with links, it can just be very annoying, because if anyone clicks on anything, it just keeps going somewhere else, right? And maybe that's not the point of doing the blog post. Another way that you can add links to your particular website, especially if you're using Pinterest and people are going to be spending time on your website when they come from Pinterest, is to have a resources page. So no matter what niche you're in, there are definitely going to be resources that you've tied up with. Maybe you have a special coupon code with them. Maybe you have a special relationship with them. Nevertheless, you can create a page like this where you basically list down all of your favorite resources and you give a link to your audience to click through and get that special discount or just use that resource, right? So as you can see, I've linked all of my favorite tools here, whatever I use for content creation and marketing. So anyone interested can directly go over here on this page, read what my recommendation is about this particular topic, and then they can go and click on it as well and buy it directly if that's what they want. So there are different ways of really promoting affiliates on Pinterest, and a lot of people just I do have a website on this on direct affiliate a video on this on direct affiliate marketing as well, so you can check that out if you're interested. I'll link to it in the description box. However, what I have observed in the last 4 years and what a lot of my fellow bloggers have also told me is that the most reliable way to generate affiliate income using Pinterest, or even without using Pinterest, is to have those in within the blog post itself, instead of directly sending it to anywhere else. Specifically for Pinterest, earlier it used to not be a big problem, but now if you directly only send links, it can be very likely that your account gets suspended or gets blocked as spam, because Pinterest is blocking links that that are not high quality or high value. And if you tie up with an affiliate partner that maybe has a problem with their domain, maybe they don't have a secure certificate, could be any one of the reasons why that happens, it could lead to your affiliate opportunity being shut down and then you not making money from that link. So in order to be safe when it comes to making money on Pinterest, I always recommend having a website as a buffer and using either a blog post or resource pages or even your sidebar to add links. So for example, I don't think I have links here on my sidebar, but you could also use this section here on the sidebar to add links to your favorite products or even discount codes to your favorite products as well. All right, so once you've added the affiliate links, your blog post is ready to go. What comes next is simply promoting that blog post and getting it out in front of as many people as possible, specifically through Pinterest, so that you can really reap the benefits of the time and effort that you spent on creating that blog post. So right now I'm in Canva, which is the design tool that I recommend, and I have a video on my channel about how to use Canva as well, so I'm not going to go into the technical bits of it, but as you can see, I have a ton of templates that I already use for my particular blog posts, and I also offer these templates. They're called viral traffic templates, so if you're interested, you can check them out as well. Usually when I have a fixed template, all I really do is go in and swap the image. So let's say that I want to create a blog post for 12 simple hacks to feel inspired and happy. So I'm just going to search in Canva for a stock photo for a happy woman, and I'm going to just simply swap that out and start using this image right away. Now, obviously, you can spend as much time as you want designing pins, as little as you want. For me, it literally takes me seconds to do it because I have a set of templates that I work with for all of my blog posts, so I don't waste my time figuring out which designs are working well or which are not. I already have a set of designs that are ready to go. I swap out the images, I change the fonts, I change the colors, and then I'm good to go for that as well. So as you can see, these colors go well, but if they were not, then I could also just simply move this around, shift the background colors a little bit, make it more aligned to the image that I have currently, and then just go in and publish that as well. So once you download this, the next step really is to upload this pin to a specific board where it would make most sense. Now, the reason why I say a specific board is because you don't want to just randomly upload it to your account with no particular logic or no particular strategy behind it. In short, when you are uploading your pins, so for example, right now I'm on the interface, you want to make sure that you're adding a pinned title, you want to make sure that you're adding a description, which is explaining exactly what this blog post and this pin is all about. You can also add a destination link, which is basically how the magic happens, because each time someone is on Pinterest and they're looking for a blog post on how to be happy or how to feel inspired, they're going to come across this if I've done my job well and the pin is ranking well on Pinterest, and then they're going to click through, go to my website and make me money in that order, right? So you can add a destination link here, and you can go here on the top and move across all of the different boards and see which boards would make most sense. So this pin, for example, is a personal development / lifestyle tip kind of pin. So I'm going to keep it either in personal growth or maybe even in personal development tips. So one of these. I'm not going to post it right now because I'm already done with posting my pins for the day. However, this is just to show you how this step looks like, because once that is done, you will be able to find these pins within your saved section as well. So within your board where you have saved them as well. Now, once you start doing this and you get into the habit of it, you're going to start building an audience pretty much organically on Pinterest, because there will be people who will be finding your pins, who will be checking out your website, who will be clicking through to your content and basically discovering what your content is all about. All right, so the next step is to join an ad network. So as we saw, you can of course always make money with affiliate marketing, and that's also a pretty passive way of making money, because once you've put in the links and as long as you have traffic coming in, there will be some conversions and clicks coming in through that as well. However, an additional way to make money with Pinterest as well as with your website is by using an ad network. So you can either join Google AdSense if you are a beginner and let's say you have less than 10,000 page views a month. If you have more than 10,000 page views, then there are lots of different other options like Ezoic, Monometric, etc. as well. I have personally never worked with any of them. I've always either been on Google AdSense for my websites, or I've been on MediaWine, which has recently increased their limit from 25,000 monthly sessions to 50,000. So it is a little bit more difficult to get into MediaWine right at the beginning, but using Pinterest, if you know how to drive traffic, it's 100% possible as well. Nevertheless, once that's activated, you will be able to see ads such as what you see on this page. So as you can see, there's a bottom bar here, which is different ads of products, which Google as well as MediaWine think that it makes sense for this website to have. Now, when it comes to MediaWine serving ads, they do have a partnership with the Google Ads Exchange. Hence, they basically work together to figure out exactly what are the best ads for each website. Now, as you can see, this is a different type of ad. There are also going to be video ads, like for example, this one. So when I click play on this, there's going to be sometimes ads popping up in between this as well. So basically different ways to monetize that same blog post that you're driving traffic to from Pinterest. So once you've been able to figure out the step-by-step of setting up your Pinterest and really taking that to the next level, you need to be making sure that you have as many monetization options as possible available. So we've discussed affiliate marketing. We have now talked about ads. The third step that you can also look into would be from your own products. So you could also add your own products, as well as, for example, if you have a Shopify store or maybe you have an online store, you want to include small advertorials for your product as well. So for example, for this website, one of the products that I do sell within my blog post is the Europe trip planner, and I just quickly want to show you how that looks like. So I'm not sure which of the blog posts I've mentioned it on, but I'm pretty sure it will be somewhere here if I just search for it. And what I do is that basically within my blog post, I give people the option to check out the product and see if they want to buy it. So as you can see, here is a call to action here. So looking for an easy way to plan your Europe trip, check out my Europe trip planner and unlock bonuses worth $60. So when people click on that, they get through the blog post, which talks all about the planner, how much it costs, what it has, etc., right? And you can click here and you can buy the book directly. And that's another really excellent way to make money from Pinterest as well, which is by incorporating your own products, whether that is digital or that is physical. It's completely up to you and up to your niche, but that's also another way to be making money on Pinterest by leveraging really the traffic that Pinterest sends in. Now, once you've been doing this for a while, the next step really is to review and assess where you are. So what you can do once every month or once every 2 months is to really deep down into your analytics, which Pinterest generously provides, as well as look into your Google Analytics as well, or Shopify Analytics, and see how much traffic Pinterest is sending, what are their interests when it comes to your audience, what could be different things that you could be offering them that would make sense. So one of my favorite things to do in Pinterest is to spend a little bit of time within the analytics section. Again, something I go into a lot of detail within my programs, and really just see where is the next opportunity for me in terms of growing my content and growing my monetization reach, right? So maybe you are someone who is selling children's fashion products, and you want to see if your audience might be interested in a new product, right? So you could do that research here as well. You could go into your profile and you can also see an overview of what pins are doing well as well. You can see which of the pins have the highest amount of clicks, which pins are converting into customers, and so on and so forth, right? At an advanced stage, you could also start running ads and see if that is really growing your traffic and sales as well. So that's pretty much how it works when it comes to using a Pinterest as a tool to start making money with your website and through different means. Of course, if you don't have a website, you can still, of course, make money on Pinterest. It's just going to be a lot less in your control, and it's going to be a lot harder to not get your account suspended, because Pinterest has become quite strict in the last couple of years when it comes to promoting direct affiliate links. So I highly recommend getting a $2 or $3 a month domain and making sure that you're going through this method that I just explained in this video to maximize the different points of being able to make money on Pinterest, as well as making sure that you have a place and a brand that you're establishing on Pinterest, so that even if tomorrow one of your monetization streams don't work, such as ads or affiliates, you still have other ways to make money as well, whether that is through your own products, services, sponsorships, or anything else. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you're interested in learning more about how to use Pinterest to drive traffic to your website, and specifically what are the step-by-step ways that you can do that, make sure to check out my free Pinterest masterclass that I'm going to link in the description box below. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.